Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're steering away from the usual Tokyo spotlight.
Yeah, Tokyo is amazing, but there's so much more to Japanese food.
Exactly. We're diving into five other incredible food cities: Osaka, Fukuoka, Sapporo, Kanazawa, and Hiroshima. Think of this as, well, your quick guide to the real regional heart of Japanese cuisine.
And it's important to remember Washoku, Japanese cuisine, is UNESCO recognized. It's not just about eating. It's about artistry, local ingredients, tradition.
Right. And while Tokyo racks up Michelin stars, these cities offer maybe a deeper connection to that tradition.
I think so. You get these really distinct local identities coming through.
Okay, so our mission today: unpack the ramen, sushi, and street food highlights of each city.
Hmm.
Give you that shortcut to being, in the know for your next trip, real or imaginary. Let's start with Osaka, the kitchen of Japan. Tenka no daidokoro.
Yeah, Tenka no Dedokoro. And their motto is Kudori.
Eat until you drop. That says it all, doesn't it?
Okay.
Very different vibe from Kyoto next door.
Totally different. Osaka is energetic, loud, approachable food, lots of variety. Just be aware. The super famous spots like Dotonbori, packed with tourists.
Good tip. No, Osaka ramen. It's not one single famous style, is it? It's more about volume.
Volume and competition, definitely.
Uh,
Over 2,500 shops, they say. You often see those ticket vending machines outside, but there are notable styles, like Takeda Kai.
yes, that dark shoyu broth, thick noodles, loads of green onions.
Right, shocks like 7.5 hertz plus or Kingmon, they call it Naniwa Black. It's quite distinctive. Bold flavor.
Then you've got the classic chupa soba, lighter soy sauce, like Kadoya Shikudo Hanten, been around forever.
Over 60 years.
Yep.
Thin noodles there. And more recently, torikutan, that creamy chicken broth, has become really popular. Ramen yashichi, men life taku. They do great versions.
So a real mix, even some ikai style like pork soy sauce with spinach, and tonkotsu, though that's more Fukuoka's thing.
Yeah, tonkatsu exists. Sundoya is open 24 hours in Namba. Mutepo is famously thick, but it's not Osaka's signature. You also have amazing bib gourmand, places like Megiddo Mensuke. Just endless choice.
Okay, what about sushi? Not the main draw compared to ramen or street food.
Not the absolute main draw, no, but the quality is definitely there.
Yeah.
You mentioned Sushi Arasho, 2 Michelin stars, very focused on basics, no sugar in their rice, which is interesting.
And for more casual stuff, Kuroman Market, Osaka's kitchen.
Oh, Kuramon is essential. It's fantastic for just wandering, seeing the incredible seafood, grabbing some fresh sashimi or casual sushi. Kuramon Sanpei for sashimi, Magoroya Kurigan for tuna bowls. It's lively.
But the real Osaka star is street food, wouldn't you say? Dotonbori, Shinsekai, Kuroman again. It's a street food safari.
Absolutely. It's probably the premier destination for that. Takoyaki, octopus balls, creamy inside, crisp outside, that sauce and mayo. Originated in Osaka back in the 30s.
You have to try it fresh off the griddle. Places like Shihachiban or Wanaka.
Definitely. And Okonomiyaki, that savory pancake. Osaka style mixes everything in the batter, unlike Hiroshima. Chibo or Ajinoya are classics.
And kushikatsu in Shinsekai. Those deep-fried skewers.
Yes. With the communal dipping sauce, remember, no double dipping. Kushikatsu Daruma is the famous chain with the angry chef mascot. It's a whole experience.
Plus gyoza, melon pan, crab snacks. It just goes on and on. 551 Horais Budaman pork buns are legendary, too.
You could spend days just eating street food in Osaka. It's incredible.
Okay, quick summary for Osaka. Must-dos are Dotonbori at night, fresh takoyaki, Shinsekai kushikatsu, exploring Kuroman Market, and maybe trying that Taikeda Kai ramen.
Sounds about right. A whirlwind of flavor.
All right, let's head south. Fukuoka on Kyushu Island instantly makes me think tonkatsu ramen.
You and everyone else. Fukuoka is Hakata ramen. It's the tonkatsu capital. That rich, milky pork bone broth, umami overload,
Yeah.
and those very thin, straight, firm noodles.
And the kaidama, the noodle
Okay.
refill system. So good.
It's part of the culture. The broth is so rich you need more noodles. It actually has origins in the fish market, needing quick, hearty food. Hakata style, Nagahama style, slightly different. Nagahama often quicker, harder noodles, maybe a milder soup.
Yeah.
Kurum style is seen as the origin of the cloudy tonkatsu.
But generally people just say Hakata ramen now.
Pretty much, yeah. And ordering is key noodle firmness, from yawa soft to kona otoshi almost raw. Then toppings, chashu pork, kikridge mushrooms, green onions.
And the condiments on the table: pickled ginger, sesame seeds, spicy mustard greens, karashi takana, fresh garlic you crush yourself.
Essential for customizing your bowl. Famous chains like Ichiran with its solo booths or Ippudo, which made ramen kind of trendy globally, both started there. But locals love places like Hakata Iso, known for its foamy broth, or Ganso Hakata Daruma.
Incredible how it went from market food to a global icon. Now, being a port city, Fukuoka must have good sushi too, access to the Genkai Sea.
Absolutely. Very fresh seafood. The Narahama fish market is huge. There are excellent sushi restaurants, maybe less famous internationally than Tokyo's, but serving incredible local fish from Kyushu waters. Places like Sushi Shinagawa, Sushi Kuma, Hakata Tetsuji focusing on sushi catches. Many offer omakase experiences.
And the other big Fukuoka thing, yatai, street
All
stalls.
of the yatai is fantastic.
Yeah.
A really unique cultural phenomenon. There are about 100 active stalls protected by owner unions. They pop up at night, especially around Nakasu Island, which is lively, or Tenjin.
What kind of food do they serve? Not just ramen.
Ramen is common, yes, but also yakitori, oden, winter stew, gyoza, tempura. No raw fish, though, due to the regulations. You might find local specialties like mentaiko, spicy cod roe dishes, or even matsunabe, awful hot pot in winter.
What's the vibe like? Crowded.
They're small, usually just 7-10 seats around the counter. Very intimate, very social. You queue, order, eat, and generally they don't linger too long so others can get a spot. It's common to do yatai hopping. Remember, cash and facilities are basic, often no toilets.
So, Fukuoka must-tries. Hakata tonkotsu ramen, play with firmness and condiments. The yatai experience in Nakasu or Tenjin, fresh local sushi, and maybe some mentaiko.
That captures it perfectly. A delicious city.
Okay, let's fly way up north now to Sapporo on Hokkaido. Different world entirely, right?
Completely different. Climate, landscape, resources. Hokkaido is Japan's food basket in many ways, especially known for seafood crab, uni, scallops, ikura, many say the best in Japan, and dairy. Half of Japan's milk comes from Hokkaido. World-class cheese, butter.
Which brings us to Sapporo's signature ramen, miso ramen.
Exactly. Sapporo is the birthplace. That rich broth made with fermented soybean paste, usually pork or chicken stock. It's hearty, perfect for the cold.
And the classic toppings, sweet corn, that pat of Hokkaido butter, iconic, bean sprouts, ground pork.
Yep. And the noodles are different too, usually thick, wavy, yellow, made with egg. Gives them a good chew. Nishiyama Simon is the famous noodle maker there.
Where did it come from?
Post-WWII food stalls, apparently. A guy named Morito Omiya at a place called Aji no Sanpei is credited with adding miso to ramen broth around the 1950s.
Fascinating. Are other ramen styles available?
Oh yeah, shoyu and shio ramen are still around. Hakodate nearby is famous for clear salt ramen, Asahikawa for a dark shoyu with an oil layer to keep it hot. And, well, tonkatsu has made its way up there too because it's popular nationally.
Any famous miso spots?
Ramen Shingen Yunren, Ramen Tetsuya are very popular. And Aji no Sanpei, the originator, is still there.
But Hokkaido is really about the seafood, isn't it? You said best in Japan.
Arguably, yes. Those cold waters mean incredible quality. King crab, snow crab, horsehair crab. Uni, sea urchin, that's unbelievably sweet and creamy. Ikura, salmon roe that bursts in your mouth. Sweet scallops, tender squid.
Wow. Where's the best place to experience this? Markets.
Definitely the markets. Nijo Market is central, historic, and known as Sapporo's Kitchen. Great for buying seafood gifts or eating right there. Sushi, grilled fish, kaizendan rice bowls.
And the curb market.
Sapporo Joga Ichiba, yeah. It's next to the main wholesale market, a bit outside the center. Bigger, maybe 80 stores. Fantastic seafood, local produce like melons and potatoes. Great value of kaizendan in the market restaurants.
So kaizendan's a big thing at both markets. And just grilled seafood.
Oh yeah. Scallops grills with butter and soy sauce, crab legs. Simple, fresh, delicious. Sometimes you see street corn or even potatoes topped with Hokkaido soft serve ice cream.
Interesting combo. What about other Sapporo specialties? Genghis Khan.
Ah, Jingisukan, yes. That's a signature Hokkaido dish. Lamb or mutton barbecue, grilled in a special dome-shaped skillet with vegetables around the edge. You cook it yourself.
Why lamb? Not common elsewhere in Japan.
Hokkaido is pretty much the only place with significant sheep farming. The juices from the meat flavor the vegetables as they cook down. Traditionally enjoyed with Sapporo beer, naturally. Lots of dedicated restaurants, especially in the Susukino district.
Okay, Sapporo essentials. Miso ramen with corn and butter. Kaizendan piled high with seafood at Nijo or Curb Market. Maybe some top-tier sushi or sashimi if the budget allows. And definitely trying Genghis Khan BBQ.
And maybe soup curry? Another unique Hokkaido dish. That covers the big ones.
Excellent. Next up, Kanazawa on the Sea of Japan coast. Known for history, art, geisha districts.
That's right. Higashi Chaya District is beautifully preserved from the Edo period. Kanazawa has this blend of history and artistry, and that extends to its food. Great reputation for seafood, thanks to the Sea of Japan, and it has its own regional cuisine, Kaga cuisine.
Kaga cuisine? Refined uses local vegetables and influenced by the tea ceremony culture.
Exactly. Which also means fantastic wagashi, traditional Japanese sweets.
What about ramen in Kanazawa? Is there a defining style?
Less defining than its seafood, but there is Kanazawa ramen. It often features miso, specifically traditional kaga miso, which has a long history, additive-free. Menu tagging near the station is highly rated for this.
Any other ramen standouts?
Ramen tatsu is popular, kind of a classic Chinese noodle style with pork bone soy sauce. And natural ramen kogura has Michelin recognition. You also find influences from nearby, like Toyama Black Ramen, known for its very dark soy sauce broth.
But the real star here is sushi.
Undeniably. Kanazawa is a top-tier sushi destination. That fresh Sea of Japan catch, plus excellent local rice and pure water. It all comes together.
What are the seasonal must-haves?
Winter yellowtail, kanburi is legendary. Snow crab, of course. Tiny white shrimp, shiraebi, blackthroat sea perch, nodoguro, half-beak sayori, squid. The variety is amazing.
And Omicho Market is the place to experience this.
Omicho is Kanazawa's kitchen, dating back to the Edo period. Around 170-200 shops, mostly seafood. It's essential. You can get great sushi and sashimi right in the market, or kaizen-dan. There are popular conveyor belt places like Mori Mori Sushi and proper sit-down spots, too.
And beyond the market, high-end options.
Oh, yes. Kanazawa has incredible sushi restaurants, often offering better value omakase than Tokyo. Otome Sushi has 2 Michelin stars, Sushi Mikumi, Midori Sushi. The artistry reflects those kaga traditions, so you have the fun, accessible market experience alongside serious high-end sushi.
What about street food or other local bites?
It's more centered around the markets and historic districts. Left gritty street food, maybe more elegant snacks. In Omicho, you'll find grilled seafood on sticks, croquettes, fresh juices. In Higashi Chaya, it's about wagashi and gold leaf soft-serve ice cream.
Gold leaf ice cream sounds very Kanazawa.
It's famous, a bit of edible bling. And Kanazawa curry is another local specialty.
Oh, what's Kanazawa curry like?
It's quite distinct. A thick, dark, almost sweet curry roux that completely blankets the rice. Served in a stainless steel boat-shaped dish, usually with shredded cabbage and a crispy tonkatsu cutlet on top, with sauce over the cutlet.
Interesting. Okay. Kanazawa checklist. Definitely the sushi, especially local catches. Explore Omicho Market for grazing and maybe a kaizen-dan. Visit Higashi Chaya for the atmosphere and gold leaf ice cream. Try Kanazawa curry. And maybe look into Kaga cuisine like Jibuni stew.
That's a fantastic plan for Kanazawa, a really elegant food city.
Last stop, Hiroshima. A city defined by its history, resilience, and food-wise, by okonomiyaki and oysters.
Absolutely. The Hiroshima-style okonomiyaki is iconic, and there's a friendly rivalry with Osaka over whose is best. And Hiroshima is, without doubt, Japan's oyster capital. Largest production volume, fantastic quality.
Let's hop ramen first, though. Is there a Hiroshima style?
There's Hiroshima ramen, often a lighter tonkatsu shoyu base compared to Kyushu's, with thin noodles and characteristically boiled bean sprouts. But maybe more famous regionally is Okonomiyaki ramen from the nearby port town.
Okonomiyaki ramen, and what's that like?
It's a clear brown shoyu broth, using chicken bones and dried sardines, niboshi, from the Seto Inland Sea, giving it a real seafood umami depth. And crucially, it has generous amounts of Sibura pork back fat floating on top. Flat noodles, simple toppings. Shukan in Okonomichi is the legendary spot.
Okay, but oysters are the main event seafood-wise.
They really are. They're plump, flavorful. Peak season is winter, January, February, when glycogen levels are highest, but you can enjoy them year-round thanks to farming and strict safety standards.
How do people eat them? Raw.
Raw namagaki, definitely. But also grilled. Yakigaki. That's a huge specialty on Miyajima Island nearby. Deep-fried kaki fry is super popular. You also find them in okonomiyaki, in miso hot pot, nabe or cooked with rice, kakimeshi.
Miyajima sounds like the place for grilled oysters.
It is. Stalls everywhere grilling them fresh. Yakigaki no Hayashi claims to be the originator. Kakiya is another famous spot. In Hiroshima City itself, there are oyster barges like Kaki Funakanawa, grow your own places like Kakigoya near the station, and numerous oyster bars and restaurants.
Wow. Any other notable seafood?
Conger eel, anago, often grilled and served over rice, is another Seto Inland Sea specialty. And nearby Yamaguchi Prefecture is famous for pufferfish, fugu. But oysters definitely reign supreme. Sushi is secondary here.
Got it. Now the other giant, Hiroshima-style okonomiyaki. How is it different from Osaka's?
It's all about the layers. They don't mix the ingredients into the batter. Instead, they start with a thin crepe, then layer on heaps of cabbage, bean sprouts, pork slices. then cook noodles, either soba or udon, then flip the whole thing onto a fried egg. Finally, it's slathered in okonomi sauce. Otfuku sauce is the local brand. Mayo, seaweed flakes, bonito flakes.
Sounds like quite a construction, and the chef makes it in front of you?
Yes, usually on a large flat-top griddle, keppen. You often eat it right off the griddle using a small metal spatula called a hira.
Where's the best place to try it? Okonomimura.
Okonomimura, the Okonomi Village, is the landmark. It's a building with multiple floors packed with maybe 20 or more independent okonomiyaki stalls, each with counter seating around their griddle. Each stall has slight variations. It's a great experience.
Any other recommended spots?
Nagatawaya, near the Peace Park, is very popular, great atmosphere. Shintenchi Michin is another classic. Denkaseka sometimes adds oysters. The layered style might have developed out of post-war necessity and creativity. There's huge regional pride in it.
Is there much other street food, or is it all about okonomiyaki?
Okonomiyaki is definitely the dominant street food icon. The scene isn't as centralized as Osaka or Fukuoka. You might find seasonal night markets, but mostly it's about finding great okonomiyaki restaurants or exploring the Nagakawa Entertainment District for izakayas. And don't forget momiji manju.
Ah, the maple leaf-shaped cakes, usually with red bean paste.
Yes, that's the classic filling, but now they come in custard, chocolate, cheese. They're the quintessential Hiroshima souvenir sweet.
Okay, Hiroshima highlights. Must try Hiroshima-style okonomiyaki at Okonomimura or another top spot. Indulge in oysters, raw, grilled on miyajima, fried. Seek out some onomichi ramen if possible, and grab some omichi manju.
That hits all the keynotes for Hiroshima, a city with incredible food spirit.
So, wrapping this incredible journey up, a quick recap. Osaka. Sheer variety, energy, amazing street food. Fukuoka. The definitive tonkatsu ramen, unique yatai culture. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely. Sapporo.
Yeah.
Unbeatable seafood, especially crab and uni, plus hearty miso ramen and Genghis Khan. Kanazawa.
Yeah.
Elegant, top-quality sushi, artistry and food, Omicho market buzz.
And Hiroshima. The unique layered okonomiyaki experience and being the absolute king of oysters.
Exactly. Where you'd want to go really just depends on what kind of food adventure you're dreaming up. Each city offers something truly special.
It really invites you to explore beyond the usual routes, doesn't it? To find the delectable heart of Japan in these regions.
It does, and it makes you think.
Yeah.
Well, with such distinct culinary identities even in these major regional cities, what other unexpected, maybe even more specialized food treasures might be hiding out there in Japan's smaller towns and less visited prefectures, just waiting to be discovered?
That's a great thought to end on. Something for us all to chew on. Thanks for joining this deep dive.